Hey, everybody. Let's talk about the family. All right. The connection to our mother. Right. The home and our moon placement and or our fourth house placements. So I hope you all had a great weekend. And I hope you all are enjoying yourselves. Make sure that you like this video as you come in. And if you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. All right. And let's get into the tea, everybody. Let's talk about. Hey, Charlita. Hey, I'll give you the sun. Let's talk about the tea. Hey, Misky. Let's talk about. Hi, Blue Jay Tay. Yes, make sure you guys like the video as you come in. How's everyone's Sunday or Monday morning, depending on what your situation is? Hey, Bree. Did everyone enjoy their weekend? Hey, Emily. Let's talk about the family, the connection to the family and the home, all right? And specifically our connection to our mother. All right, now the moon sign in our birth chart placement speaks of the connection to our family and specifically the connection to our mother. All right, and the connection to our family and our mother plays a big role in our relationships and our ability to connect with other people. So it's interesting because you can have a one moon placement in your birth chart. You can be like a Libra moon, but your fourth house, which is also ruled by the moon and relates to the family and the mother, can be like Scorpio or Libra or Cancer, you know? Hey, everybody, welcome and join. Everybody join in. I hope everyone had a good weekend. Why am I getting so many messages? I hope everyone had a good weekend. Hey. Hey, Zuri. Hey, Jaida. Lottie Love, do you come from the Netherlands? Oh. Hi, Lottie. Hey, Tybra. It's great. How's your day? My day's been pretty good. I can't complain. I spent more money than I wanted to, but you know what? It is what it is. I believe, scared money don't make money, right? So you got to do what you got to do. How was everyone's Sunday? Did you guys have a good Sunday? What did you guys spend time with your family this Sunday? Is Sunday your family day? What's the connection to your family? Now, with my fourth house in Scorpio and my moon in Libra, I've been going through a lot of family trials and tribulations lately with a lot of this Scorpio energy up in the sky going on, right? Jupiter's, I think, retrograde in Scorpio. Venus is retrograde in Libra, or Jupiter's in Scorpio right now. We have Pluto in Capricorn. My sun sign's Capricorn, and I have a whole bunch of Capricorn in my chart. So it's interesting with my fourth house in Scorpio, I had to separate myself from family to find my balance, to find my peace. And my moon in Libra craves peace, right? So what's going on with everyone's moon sign in fourth house? Because family can make or break us. Family can be our biggest supporters or our biggest downfall, right? In so many ways. Hey Zuri. Hey Siobhan. Have been missing you. Yes, Lottie, it's good to see you. Yes, like the videos, you guys come in. Yes, more card pulling. Let's get this started. Yes, I am doing live psychic reading. So if you guys want a live psychic tarot reading or a live astrology quick birth chart overview reading, you can hit the super chat or you can donate to my PayPal. The link to my PayPal will be in the chat box. So, no, my boyfriend cheated on me today, Tyabra. Oh, I'm sorry. What's going on with your boyfriend's living situation or family situation? Maybe he learned cheating through his family. Maybe that's a pattern in his family. Generational patterns and curses do come from family. All right. A lot of times we have to break those generational patterns and curses that we inherit from our family, which is why family relationships can be so important, especially the relationship to the mother, because we're talking about the moon here. So the moon is mothering energy, nurturing energy, or it should be mothering or nurturing energy. If you have moon in Aquarius or Capricorn, maybe your mother wasn't so nurturing or emotionally supportive of you as you needed her to be, right? What's everyone's moon sign? Do you guys know your moon? I have a lot of messages, so excuse me. You know how it is in this year 2018. Your phone stay lit, right? So how was everyone's Sunday? Ooh, okay, so we're getting everyone's moon signs. I'm a Libra moon. So if you're a Cancer moon, you may have been one of the lucky ones who had actually a really nurturing and supportive emotionally mother. Hey, Just Jen. Cat moon, first house. Fourth house is in Aries. Ooh, so you're meant to kind of go break away from your family possibly and go do your own thing. Siobhan says her fourth house is in Pisces, moon in Aquarius in the second house. Ooh, so boundaries is really important with your family, Siobhan. I feel like we've talked about this before, actually. Leo moon, interesting. So you may be the breakout star of your family, Tyabra. You may also be the one who gets a lot of the attention. Do you have siblings? Because siblings can be jealous of Leo moon energy, right? Scorpio moon. So family can be, either, very a good thing for you or a bad thing for you, a good influence or bad influence when it comes to Scorpio moon. Family can be a burden, or, they can be, the people that lift you up with the Scorpio moon. I have an amazing relationship with my mom. We are like best friends. Yes, Lottie, are you Cancer moon? Hey, Dina, how are you? Emily Mears a Cancer moon, so I kind of envy Cancer moons as a Libra moon, because Libra moons want the perfect relationship with their mother. They want the perfect relationship with everyone, right? But that is not always the case, unfortunately, in real life. So I kind of envy Cancer moons, because a lot of times Cancer moons tend to have good relationships with their mothers. Their mothers tend to be very nurturing and emotionally supportive. Now, the thing with Cancer moons sometimes is that the mothers can be a little bit overbearing. So what's going on with that? Okay, so you're Aquarius moon too? Tyler Jeffries, you're moon in Cancer as well. Tyler, you're a Cancer moon. Oh, you don't know your moon star. You don't know your moon, Lottie. Oh, wow, Tyler. So you're ascendant Aries, moon in Cancer. So was your mother a little bit overbearing, but yet emotionally supportive with you? Shalita, you're moon in Libra. So with moon in Libra, sometimes the relationship with the mother can be like chaotic at best, but for the most part, it's always kind of an up and down seesaw thing. There's never really stability, and in order to achieve stability and maintain stability, you kind of have to let each other do your thing. You kind of have to let your mom do your thing. You kind of have to go ahead and do your thing. And a lot of times with Libra moons, you may not always agree with or support certain decisions that your mother makes. Your mother may not always agree with or support the decisions you make, but at the end of the day, there's always love, but it's just not always perfect love, which can be so disappointing and frustrating for Libra moons. Same sometimes with Virgo moons. Hey, just Jen. All right, I'm excited to drink this tea. This is mullein with eucalyptus in it. I put a eucalyptus herb, eucalyptus leaf in it. So hopefully it's really, really good, and it cleans out my system, honey. Not that it needs to be clean, but My mom is a Cancer sun with a stellium there, but my moon in Aquarius, she doesn't support me. Oh. And the support from the mother is so important. And when you don't get that, you have to learn to be your own support system. Sometimes the father actually can be more of a support system, when it comes to Saturn energy, that Aquarius Capricorn energy, than the mother, or the mother can act like the father when we have moon in Aquarius, or, moon in Capricorn. Ooh, Gemini moon. Interesting. So with Gemini moon, I find that Gemini moon energy sometimes has to be like the mother, for the siblings a lot of times, or the aunt or the uncles kind of tend to take on a motherly role. Siobhan, you're right. We talked about boundaries. It's no limit to where they will go. I had to cut it off. Exactly. Hey, Natasha. Bree, that could explain why I'm a loner even with my family, honestly. Exactly. Oh my gosh, yes, sometimes she can be overbearing. Yes, Cancer moons sometimes have overbearing moms, even, into old age, which is interesting. Oh wow, Lottie, you have a really amazing relationship with. You must have a Cancer moon, Lottie. Or Maybe Taurus moon? Hey, Nathaniel. I'm drinking tea too. Yes. I just had to drink my tea. It's late, so I don't want to drink coffee. What kind of tea are you drinking, Zuri? Siobhan, my mom is a Cancer moon, but didn't get along with Aries Sun Scorpio moon grandmother. She was way too much, though. Did that wear on your mom? Because sometimes Cancer moons can be really hurt by, and hardened, actually, by not having the greatest relationship with their mother, or Cancer sons, for that matter, or Cancer fourth house. Gemini moon Yusuf. I gotta have my old lady tea every night. Yes. Yes. It just calms me, right? I came home from the movies, and the minute I get in the door, coffee or tea it is. Yes, Zuri. That's just the perfect way to end the night and start the day. Tyler says my mother was a Virgo sun and Libra moon. She was definitely there for me no matter what. And she did let that be known to anyone who had an issue or problem with me. She passed away. Oh, I'm sorry. Siobhan, you're right. My mom was the more dominant one in the household over my dad. Exactly. So sometimes that can be the case with like fourth house in Capricorn or Aquarius, or moon in Capricorn or Aquarius. Oh, Lipton tea with extra sugar. Tyler, my mother passed away right after I turned 16. It would absolutely turn my world upside down and tore it apart, being a sun in Aries, moon in Cancer. Definitely brought out that contradicting aspect. Yeah. My dad passed away when I was when I was 18, actually. So we'll talk about that another day, though. Saturn. All right. My Saturn's in Aquarius and my midheaven is in Taurus. So Saturn and Aquarius can be unexpected, happenings as well, So that makes sense. Yeah, you might be a Cancer moon, but you should double check just to make sure, Lottie. Because, I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. I mean, you could also like have Cancer in the fourth house, but not be a Cancer moon. So, Siobhan, that's why a relationship is bad. She couldn't get over how my grandma was. So right, Lamarr. Exactly. Nathaniel. As Cancers as well, we cling on to people. Not only do we cling on to people, but we cling on to their words. That's true. And that's interesting. That can be a good thing or a bad thing, though. Sometimes you have to let things go. Cancers and Capricorns, who are both polar opposite zodiac signs, can definitely be hoarders of things. Capricorn more of things, Cancer more of like emotions and people. By the way, I am doing live psychic tarot readings and live astrology birth chart readings, overview readings. So if you want a live psychic tarot reading, remember we're very supportive in this room. We are not judgmental. Yes, sorry, that's cool. We're not judgmental, and we're very supportive of one another. So do not be afraid to ask questions. Do not be afraid to have a reading, all right, in the room. Dina, my mom has always been masculine energy, but never had her in my life or my dad for the most part. Met my dad first time at age 11, moved in with my mom age 14. My mom and I have a very rocky relationship. Yeah. And I think, what are you, Capricorn moon, Dina? Siobhan, my mom hates how independent I am, just like her mom did her. Cycle. Yeah. So your grandma hated how independent your mom was. Tyler Jeffries, being a Cancer moon, I definitely cling on to certain people's word. My first boyfriend, which is my ex now, he did me so wrong. I called it love for a whole year, but really it was panic attacks. Interesting. Dina, yes, Lamarr, Cat moon. Nathaniel, even the simple sayings such as "I'll be back," we cling on to those words, hoping you'll be back. However, some don't live up to what they say. Interesting. Same here with the rocky boat. Missouri, you are all in an environment of acceptance and unconditional love. Be your authentic soul selves. Yes. Casey, my mom and I have a strained relationship. I have Mars in the 4th house, so that says a lot. Yeah. So you have Aries in the 4th house. Ooh, so you're very bold and emboldened. You're not afraid to speak your mind when it comes to family. Because some people are afraid to speak their mind and open up when it comes to family, putting those boundaries up with, if we have 4th house or moon in Pisces, or 4th house or moon in Libra. Me, for example, my moon's in Libra, so sometimes family is where a lot of times we learn to stick up for ourselves, and where we learn to put up boundaries, and where we learn how necessary it is to actually put up boundaries, because sometimes family can use that title and that word family for evil, for their benefit, So family isn't, do you guys agree that family is always thicker than blood? Let's talk about that. Nathaniel, and as a Cancer, this taught me a valuable lesson, and that lesson was not to rely on people so much. Exactly. Yes. That's an important lesson for Cancer to learn, because the water signs in general, especially Cancer and Pisces, can be very codependent. Libras can also be that way too. My moon's in Libra. So it's a tough lesson, especially when it comes to family, to learn to, be independent, to learn to not be so codependent. And it's a lesson we all have to learn, because we all grow up, we all, turn 18, 20, 21. Some of us grow up at 16, 14, 11, 12. We all have our own different experiences. But at some point, we all learn that tough life lesson, that we have to be independent, and we can't always rely on people, even our family, Now, some of us have amazing family members who are always, always, always there for us, and hopefully we don't take those people for granted, right? But some of us don't have that blessing. Siobhan, astrology has helped me realize it's my destiny not to have family support. See? And that's a tough destiny. That's a tough road to walk. And it's very, very, it shows your strength that you are able to look at that and accept that. That shows great strength of character, Siobhan. What would your 4th house be with moon and Cancer? Just a prediction. It would really depend, because the houses are so personal. But if you're having issues with your, I don't know, it could be an Aquarius maybe for you, or like an earth sign, like Capricorn or something. Families can use and abuse. Exactly, Dina. Exactly, Shalita. Zuri, as an Aries moon, and I don't think every Aries moon is exactly the same, but due to individual birth charts, but I just keep to myself mostly and open up unless I feel comfortable and or safe. Yes. Family is the people you value and who value you. Exactly. Family is not always blood, in my opinion. Sometimes blood isn't always thicker than water, in my opinion. Hi, Tawanda. Natasha, I agree. Family will always use that title to get what they want. Family isn't always the family you're born into. Exactly. Some of us some of our life purpose is to go and create our own family, go create our own idea, our own manifestation of what family looks like, because in this day and age, family isn't always a man, a woman, kids, sometimes family is friends. Sometimes family is, adopted family. It's all different for all of us. Dina, no, I don't believe family is thicker than blood. I believe in soul ties, and that you don't have to be blood to be family. I agree. Lottie, I've stopped dreaming about my best friend that passed away. What does that mean? I'm not sure. I have friends who know me better than my family members. Exactly. Me too. And that says a lot. By the way, for those of you just joining, I am doing live psychic tarot readings or live astrology birth chart readings. So if you want a live reading, don't be afraid to send a donation and ask a question. You can pay via PayPal or Super Chat. The link to the PayPal is in the chat box. Hey, Krista. Nathaniel, your own family sometimes can be your worst enemies. I agree. Zuri, the way I see it, if you were there for me in my weakest of times and still are by my side, then you have family, blood related or not. Me too. I agree. Dina, my grandma was that person there no matter what, but that ended when she passed. So I've begun to be that for my kids because I wasn't lucky with family being there. Exactly. So you were meant to create your own family, Dina. And in that way, your kids will probably be there for you the way your mother wasn't there for you, if that makes sense. Siobhan, blood family is manufactured by man anyway. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. Family is family, but they're people at the end of the day and will use you sometimes to meet their own selfish needs. I agree. Lamarr, so with Sun in Aries and Moon, may I have an Earth sign or Aquarius in fourth house? Yeah, you can. Family is a spiritual thing. I agree. Hit the like button, please. Yes, you guys, please hit the like button. Love you too, Lottie. Hey, Dave, how are you? How's everyone doing this Sunday or Monday, wherever you are? By the way, if you guys want a reading, for those of you just joining the room, I am doing live psychic tarot readings and live astrology quick birth chart readings. Krista, I'm close with my close family, but my extended family is shady, and I'm not really close to my extended family. However, my friends are most of my friends are trash, so I'm currently trying to make new friends. Ugh, Krista, girl, I understand. Call me for a candle offering. Tawanda, fortunately, most of my family has been family and my friends, but I've also been able to include others as family as well. Exactly. Some of us are meant to go create our own family and go find our own families. A lot of times, friends, actually turn into family. There are good people out there. There are angels out there, called friends who can actually, be your family, your soul family, people who are there for you through thick and thin, where, that speaks of your Uranus. Maybe you have Uranus in Cancer, right? Or 11th house in Cancer. Maybe you have your Venus in Cancer, because that can also speak of family, but that's more so love. So, Dina, when you're strong enough to stick it out with someone in tough times, you're deserving of that title, fam. Exactly. In this day and age, not a lot of people are willing to stick it out. So when you find someone who's willing to stick it out through the good and the bad in the relationship and through the good and bad individually, because we all go through good and bad moments in our lives, all right? And it's in those good and bad moments, a lot of times the bad moments, where we realize who our true family is, who's truly there for us. By the way, you have a lot of those moments if you have Moon in Scorpio or fourth house in Scorpio like me. So I've been sleeping most of the day. Yes, Tawanda. It's been that kind of day. My new apartment is very draining, but I'm good. Oh, you got a new apartment, Dave? You should cleanse your space. Always, if you get a new apartment, always cleanse your space spiritually and of course, literally cleanse your space, okay? Zuri, manufactured by man, made different by the energies that contributes to a big chunk of our beings. Wow, that was deep, Zuri. Oh, it's Monday in the UK, 4 a.m. Wow, it's 11:13 here. 11:11 here. Yes, I just missed 11:11. I actually have a good relationship with my mom and dad. That's good. Dina, to be honest, I feel a bit off. I don't know why. I'm feeling extremely drained, but tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow is another day. And I pray, Dina, that you have a better day tomorrow. I'm sending you love and light and asking that God surrounds you in your emotions and your feelings, your thoughts, your mind with his fiery wall of protection. All right. What does manufactured by man mean? It means that, man created a system, a construction of what family is, basically a mental construction, an idea of what family is, and we all follow it blindly, basically. Siobhan, I see a lot of people in the chat are drained. Remember, we in those last moments of Jupiter and Scorpio. Exactly. And a lot of planets are actually going, direct soon. Jupiter does go direct in Sagittarius, so that will be good luck. All right, you guys. So November is going to be a really good month. Maybe I need to do a live on November energies. All right. Because I think November is going to be a really good month for a lot of us. Nathaniel, my moon is in Leo. What does that mean in terms of family? Well, a moon in Leo and family tend to get a lot of attention, all right, from family members. They tend to be people who, of course, get along with most family, but they can also tend to attract jealousy within family, specifically maybe from the mother in some way, or from siblings, because maybe the mother tends to favor the moon in Leo more than the other siblings. So the intensity is waning. It is, and I think it's a good thing. The intensity has been really strong lately with all this Scorpio energy. Krista, I've been a hot mess, like drained of emotion, drained as fuck, emotional as fuck, just not here or for anything. Yeah, me too. Dina, you felt like you're gonna have a panic attack. You're welcome, Dina. By the way, Lamarr, I love the way you say my name, Lamarr. You mean the way I say your name, Nathaniel? Tyler, I woke up at 11:11 and just looked at the clock on 11:11. Made my wish. Yes. Hey, Aisha. November needs to be a good month. A bitch is drained. Yes, Krista, me too. I think November is going to be a good month. I think it's going to get better as time goes on. Remember, the party's just starting. All right, so I think that people can be emotional vampires. My brother is like that, and that's why I can't be around him. He's in Aries. Yes, family can be emotional vampires too. Family can be emotional vampires, and sometimes the mother can be an emotional vampire. Who has a emotionally vampirish mother? Whose mother requires a lot of emotional attention? And by the way, not necessarily from you, but maybe from other people, from her husband, from her man. What's going on with that? Emotionally needy. I was feeling intense earlier, but I calmed down. I was feeling a little bit intense earlier too, Siobhan. Missouri, no man can construct the exact meaning of family for everyone and how it should look for everyone. Nothing is set in stone, and everything is a constant shift in the realm and the other side. Exactly. So, family, I think the idea or construct of what family is supposed to look like is starting to break down, actually, because it's just no longer working. It's also stressful. If you're the father of the home, you're expected to be the breadwinner and be the this and the that. If you're the mother, it's just a lot. So I think family is shifting. The idea of family is shifting, and for good reason. Killer Chilla, bitch, just got out of the shower thinking I hope you go live tonight. Yes, I'm late, of course, but I'm here. All right, I'm here. That's all that matters. Good night, Krista. Me and my mom drains me. Yes, Dina. Sometimes the mother can be an emotional draining force in our life, in our life. Dina, my mom loves to argue and fight and control everything. Yes. Killer Chilla, my mother is like that, and now she's sick. I feel I can't help but to make myself available. See, sometimes they can take advantage of that energy. I'm your mother. How many of you guys have heard your mother say that? I have. I'm your mother. Oh, I know. Ugh. But that doesn't mean that you can control me for your own benefit or overstep my boundaries, right? Right here, my moon is in Scorpio. I keep my distance from her. Exactly. Oh, Bree, you just into PayPal? Thank you, Bree. Anna. Bree sent a $3 donation to my PayPal, so go ahead and ask your question, Bree, and I will answer you here. By the way, for those of you who want your own personal reading, you can send a PayPal donation or you can send a super chat. Nathaniel, my mother's a Cancer as well, so she needs to be nurtured, and I give it to her sometimes. But when I don't, she does get a little moody. Exactly. Siobhan, my mom is a Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mars with Venus and Leo. Wow, she requires attention to the max. Lord have mercy. That is a lot. And with her Venus and Leo, Jesus. But I'm sure she's the sweetest at the same time. Or at least portrays to be sweet, right? Yes, that's exactly what they say, Natasha. Zuri, when my grandmother is not in a good mood, she starts to low-key turn into an emotional vampire, and I don't like it. Yes, you're having a bad time, but stop lingering in it and move on. Exactly. Oh, you put in the PayPal now? Okay. Killer Trilla, she's just so fixated on the negative. She never forgets anything, so she's got endless problems and negative memories. She never thinks about how all the toxicity affects me. Exactly. Sometimes, our parents and our mother can be a bit narcissistic. So let's see what Bree's question is. Oh, birth chart reading. So what do you want to know about your birth chart, Bree? She is the sweetest, sometimes too sweet. Exactly. Is this mean? I don't know my mom's sign, just Libra sign. I'm very detached emotionally from her due to our past. I even forget her birthday. Am I the worst daughter ever? No. Nathaniel Alamu, Lamarr, I've been watching your videos lately and I learned that you used to be a bully at school. I was really surprised because you seem a kind person but doesn't take any nonsense. Yeah, I was a bully back in kindergarten. I grew out of that quite quickly. But I used to be bullied in school, so I mean, eventually the bullied kid turns into a bully, a little. Okay, so let's look at this birth chart reading. We all grow and evolve, But I really don't bother people unless they bother me. I'm too grown for that at this point. So, okay, Bree, I'm looking for her information like it's in the chat, but I keep forgetting she sent it in her PayPal. All right, so January 16th. So we're doing a quick birth chart reading on Bree. What do you want to know about your birth chart, Bree? Mostly, where should I put my focus, my life efforts, my life purpose? Hi, XVXX. You were born on 1980. Um, 5:02 a.m. 5:02 a.m. And Mesa. Wait, did that say Mesa or Mesa? Mesa. Mesa. Mesa, Arizona. Okay, so let's make sure all the information is correct. January 16, 1985, 02 a.m. Okay. So I don't really care, Nathaniel. So for those of you who also want a live reading, a live psychic reading, or a live birth chart reading, make sure you send a super chat or send a PayPal. So this is Bree's birth chart right here. All right. So Bree wants to know about where she or he or she male, are you Bree a man or woman? Sorry. Where they should focus their life purpose. So you are Sun in Capricorn, Moon in Capricorn, and Mercury in Capricorn. So you're very work focused, very career focused. You're female. Okay. You also have Saturn in Virgo with your midheaven in Libra. So you are naturally attracted to careers, or you will excel in careers where you can use your intellect, possibly where you can use your creativity because you have midheaven in Libra. All right, and Libra is ruled by Venus. So Venus rules entertainment, beauty, harmony, connecting with people through entertainment, through beauty, through communication. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so Mercury rules communication, intellect, the mind. So you thrive in careers or places where you're able to use your intellect, where you're able to communicate. So maybe mass media could be a good thing for you or something like that. Because with your Saturn and Virgo and your midheaven in Libra, you're also very clever. All right. You also have rising sign in Sagittarius, so you could be attracted to careers that allow you to travel. All right. What else do we have going on in here? You have 6th house in Taurus. So you may be attracted to jobs where you don't have to work too hard as well. All right. And I think you would do quite well in the arts or in a job that would allow you to express your creativity and express your intellect. All right. So are you a writer? Are you into the arts in some way, Bree? And does that resonate with you? Being born on the 16th can be a hard on your life with lots of conflict. Interesting. Zuri says, Bree, you got the 6 of Cups. So your roots of what you made you who you are is repeated from the beginning. You're growing forward and reaching life path calling. Into all of the arts, I made a hobby out of it. Exactly. Casey, her birthday is January 16th. Yeah, so I feel like you would thrive in the arts. And you might actually thrive in being an entrepreneur, to be honest. Bree, because you have a lot of Capricorn energy, but I think you would also thrive in a career that would allow you to travel and would allow you just to meet or to blend or to deal with a lot of different cultures because you also have Neptune and Sagittarius. All right. And Uranus and Scorpio. So that means your friend groups or the groups you work in will always change and evolve as you grow and evolve. So I see you kind of working with like a traveling group. I don't know if I see you working in like, something. You know how like producers like travel, and like as they produce TV shows or something like that. Like that's kind of what I see you doing, but it doesn't have to be for producing. Thank you, Samantha, for the $10 donation. Samantha, please go ahead and ask your question. Samantha, who sent a donation. Hey, honey. Oh, okay, so you're 118. Yeah, so y'all really, really close, Casey, in days. That's interesting. Good night, Lottie. Bree would thrive in the arts because her inner foundational roots are just started with color. Exactly. Been toying with the idea of short stories on YouTube. Do it, Bree. Do it. Go for it. Where is Samantha? Thank you for sending the $10 donation. Sometimes I run, sometimes I hide, sometimes I'm scared of you. Aisha, what kind of arts are you passionate about, Bree? Samantha, hey, so I have a disconnect. Definitely want a reading on work. Oh, okay. Vedic sun sign Cancer, Aquarius moon, and Aquarius rising. What's your Western sun sign? Or do you just work with Vedic in general? All right, let's get into the tea. So Samantha's question is, Samantha wants to know, wants a reading on work. So what's going on with Samantha's work situation? Make sure you guys like the video as you come in. And for those of you who want a reading, make sure that you send a PayPal donation, which the link to the PayPal is in the description box. It's in the description box actually, but it's also in the chat box. Or you can send a super chat. I'm not picky. I ask that you send at least $5 to $10. Anything above $5 to $10 or anything above $10, you get a more in-depth reading. So, what's going on with Samantha's work situation? What messages does Samantha's spirit guides, angels, ancestors, and protectors have for Samantha about her work situation? Oh, Bree and Casey, you're both born in the same years as well. That explains why you guys have such similar charts. Samantha, what's going on with Samantha's work situation? What advice does Samantha's spirit guides, angels, ancestors, and protectors have for Samantha about her work situation? By the way, if you want a personal reading from me that's not live, you can check out my website. I do have a reading to do soon. I don't think I can stay on too long. But you'll know I'd be getting carried away. For a personal, private reading. What advice does spirit guides, angels, ancestors, protectors have for Samantha about her work situation? What clarity can Samantha's spirit guides, angels, ancestors, and protectors provide Samantha? What messages? Hi, Alexa. What messages does Samantha's angels, ancestors, protectors have for Samantha about her work situation? What messages does Samantha's angels, ancestors, and protectors have us about her work? Nine of Swords. Alright, so is work piling up? Is work getting busy, Samantha, at this time? Seems like there's also a lot of money to be made. Is this the busy year for you, the busy season, or the busy time of the year for you guys, wherever you work, Samantha? Is Samantha here? Five of Cups. So work could be a bit overwhelming right now. Oh, you're here. Are you at the busy season of the year for you? Are you at the busy time of the year for you, Samantha, at work? Because I just feel a lot of busy energy, fast-paced energy, things moving really fast, people moving fast. But it could be a lot of mess-ups right now because of all this fast-paced energy at work. Wheel of Fortune. I feel like while this is also maybe the busy time of the year, it's also like the time of the year where a lot of people get fired or let go. So there's a need to really be on your P's and Q's at this time at work, to really pay attention, to what you're doing, focus, so that you don't make mistakes. Good night, Alexa. All right, well, you're not. I'm very busy, however, my work is taking a back burner and I desperately miss it. Painting and leading astrology. Oh, well, what do you do for work? Okay, well, the spirit guides are calling for you to make more time for your work. The spirit guides are also calling for you to bring more balance into your life when it comes to your hobbies and making the necessary money you need to live and survive as well. So I'm also sensing that you need a bit more discipline when it comes to work and balance and with your work life, your kind of private personal life as well. Okay. Balance, Libra, exactly. Okay, Samantha's not really saying anything though, so I don't really know what's completely going on. I'm an artist, Samantha. I'm an artist in the painting field. I don't play house very well, as it always means my work takes a back burner. Oh yeah. There needs to be more balance, and there's also something about needing to make your workspace feel more like home. I feel like you may be a person who's not the most organized. No shade. This is no shade. Oh, I want to get to my family, but I want my work. Yes, I feel like you're not always organized. So I feel like there needs to be more organization as well. And I would start writing things down. I feel like you need a journal or something to like keep. You need something to keep you on track. Do you play music when you paint? I feel like painting music would be really good for you. Listening to classical music. You need to create some sort of routine. I don't know your chart, but it feels like you're a lot of water. Let me look and see if you put your chart information in here. No, you didn't. That's okay. I definitely see you wanting to spend more time with your family. But in order for that to happen, there needs to be more organization in your life, more organization with your work. Oh God, I'm a wreck, Samantha. I barely see my partner, and we will put on a back burner. Oh, okay. So July 24th, you are Cancer. That sounds like Cancer energy, but I don't know. Let me just make sure. July 24th, 1980. Ooh, I'm spilling all your tea. Let me be quiet. So, oh, you're a Leo, but you have Mercury in Cancer. Your moon could be in a water sign. I don't know. I would have to actually double check. But you do. Interesting, your Venus is in Virgo, so I feel like your partner may be a bit more organized than you. But you do have Mercury in Cancer, so you tend to be someone who. That makes sense. So I just feel like there needs to be a bit more organization. Your Pisces moon, okay, that's what it's okay. Your Pisces moon, that makes sense. So you are quite a bit of water, and it does make sense. Because I feel like sometimes even when you're working, you're not totally focused on the work. It's like you're doing it, but you're doing it, but you may have your family heavily on your mind, or something like that, or something that just may be emotionally bothering you because you have Mercury in Cancer. So if you're not emotionally stable, then your mind can be affected by that, and you can have trouble focusing. So I feel focusing, grounding yourself is also important. So meditation could be really good for you. My focus is, yeah, Samantha. I feel like grounding yourself is really important. I feel like meditating, getting more into your spirituality is very important for you, Samantha. Um, to allow yourself to have more balance in your life and more organization. All right. Do you feel good about that? Thank you guys for purchasing your readings. For those of you who want a reading, you can send a super chat or you can send a PayPal. Yes, Samantha, you have the Ace of Wands. So even though things may be a mess, like Lamarr indicated, there will be better days once this bump in the road has been ridden over. For now, focus on self-care. Exactly. Lamarr, you could talk about cheatation on your next live. I could. Samantha, okay, thank you. I do struggle with focusing. I'll work on meditation much. Yes, Samantha, you're welcome. Siobhan, I've fallen in love with my Aquarius energy. It spices up my life every day. Yes, because Aquarius is like, they don't like to be bored. You guys like change. You guys don't like boredom and routine. Which is interesting how that works with your Capricorn sun, because Capricorns actually enjoy routine. We got to learn how to care for ourselves better. Exactly, Siobhan. Exactly. Some of us can be so focused on caring for other people instead of ourselves, right? Especially when it comes to family. So, Samantha, we do not judge you. We understand, right? Especially when it comes to being a mother. Now, let's talk about that. Our mothers out there. Who are our mothers out there? It's hard to be a mother. It's hard to, you know, care for yourself, to live the life you want, and still take care of your children or your child and your husband, or maybe you're a single mother. So let's talk about the mother, and our mothers out there who are mothers. What's the relationship to your mothers? What did your mothers teach you about parenting, or what did they not teach you about parenting? One thing I learned from my mother was, I need to be, when I have children of my own, because I do want to have children, I need to be, more emotionally supportive. I need to be, one thing I do appreciate about my mother is that, she always made sure we never wanted for anything, but it would have been nice to have a little bit more emotional support. All right. I tend to go to my grandmother for that, or I tended to go to my aunt for that, but, I think, one lesson I learned from my mother is to be a bit more emotionally supportive, not only for when I have children, but for myself, first of all, as well, but for other people in my life. Like, this is a lesson I'm coming to terms with as well. Like, people can emotionally support me if I'm not able to first of all, emotionally support myself and others, right? But you always got to put yourself first. Casey, I'm a mommy. I've learned that I need to be more patient. That is a good one too, to be more patient. Very, very true. Because with children, you have to be patient, right? Our mothers, well, most of our mothers, hopefully, were patient with us. Brie, I'm a mom to an Aquarius boy. He teaches me to be more silly. That's an important lesson too. Children teach us a lot as well, and the moon does relate to our childhood. So now let's talk about, as an adult, our relationship with children as adults, because that speaks to our sun sign and also our fifth house. So if you're a Cancer sun or a Cancer moon, or maybe a Leo or Cancer sun or a Cancer fifth house, or if you are a Leo sun or a Leo fifth house, you may be very attracted, like, to wanting children, wanting a family. You may be really, really good with dealing with children. So where are my parents out there? Where are my dads who have to be both a mom and a dad? Where are the moms that have to be both a mom and a dad? Natasha, depending on what your mother been through in her life, she may not be capable of giving you certain things. She may not have it in her. Exactly. Yeah, I don't think my mom does. Like, I had to learn that, you know what? I'm not going to get the emotional support that I need from my mother. I'm just not. You're right, Natasha. Maybe she just doesn't have it in her to give me what I need. So I have to be that for myself. All right. And then I have to go create that for myself as well. That is a good point, Natasha. Nathaniel, my mother gives me the emotional support, but my father gives me discipline. Exactly. And that's the typical dynamic, family dynamic, of how it should be. You get your emotional support from your mother and your discipline from your father. Emotional support, the moon. Discipline, Saturn, right? And Saturn relates to the father. Dina, I didn't learn how to express emotion, but I did learn to work your ass off to take care of your family. Exactly. That's a lesson I learned too, which I did well in the beginning, but left the workforce to stay home with my boys, but starting work tomorrow. Dina starts work tomorrow. So we need to say a prayer for Dina. Thank you, God, for blessing Dina, allowing her to walk into her workplace with confidence, with courage and bravery, knowing that she's exactly where she needs to be, that she deserves the job duties that she has, the job title that she has, the job that she has. Thank you for blessing her, surrounding her with your fiery wall of protection, your watery wall of protection, and your warrior shield of protection, allowing her to live up to her duties and her expectations and to surpass her expectations that are upon her so that she can move up in the company or, go on to new, better things. Allow her to also build her self-confidence in this role. In the name of Jesus, I pray, amen, amen, and amen. You're going to be fine, Dina. Hey, Eddie. My moon is in Capricorn in the 12th house. We argue sometimes and fight, but there's a deep emotional connection I have. Yes. And nobody better mess with your mother with a moon in Capricorn or moon in Aries, right? This is a good topic, Aisha. Samantha, my mother is dedicated to her work. Oh, I'm all behind in the comments. And yes, it did affect our relationship, consequently, emotionally and intellectually. I've learned compassion through my mother lacking it. Now we are best friends. That's interesting because you're also dedicated to your work, but you're learning to have more balance with giving your kids the emotional and intellectual relationship with you that they need, right? So that shows that you're starting to break the cycle, Samantha. I have 2 Virgo sons. They have enough anxiety naturally, so I try not to be too hard on them. Good point, Casey. Zuri, my mom showed me from a young age that I should follow what calls to me and that my circumstances don't determine how far I will go in life. Wow. That's a powerful lesson, Zuri, and that explains why you're so wise now. That is beautiful, right? Eddie, my dad and me are both Virgo sun. Interesting. So are you closer with your dad, Eddie? Tawanda, my mom's a Libra on that Virgo Libra cusp. Although she wasn't lovey-dovey, she did express love and exude strength, but but sometimes she could be a little critical. Yeah, Libras can be critical and Virgos can definitely be critical as well. So that's interesting. But maybe she learned that from her mother. Because remember the not generational curse, but the generational patterns that we learn and that we inherit, all right, can be good or bad. So sometimes we have to break those generational patterns, or and sometimes generational curses. Sometimes a generational curse can just be a learned behavior that is self-sabotaging, is a negative, is a behavior that doesn't get you the result that you want or need, right? Siobhan, I have a Gemini and Taurus daughter. They in the room boxing as we on this live. Lord have mercy. Tamika, I've always had a difficult relationship with my mom. My mom has a Libra moon. Mine is in Scorpio. Ooh. So Scorpio moon is always gonna wanna, go places maybe Libra moon isn't comfortable going, right? Samantha, I'm a mother to a very fiery Sagittarius sun, Leo rising, and Libra moon. She's extremely affectionate. Oh, that's so cute. Nathaniel, however, my mom does lack the discipline that my dad has. My dad does lack the emotional support that my mother has. Exactly. It's backwards for my kids. Their dad gives the emotion, I give the discipline. My moms weren't emotionally involved, but expressed love in different ways, Aisha. My biological mom and adopted mom are Virgos, so they are somewhat judgmental and critical. I try to be aware of that. Yeah. You're welcome, Dina. Nathaniel, but I wish I had emotional support from both. That's why when I become a father, I want to be a balance of discipline and emotional support. Exactly. Bree, my mother is a Leo. Her biggest lesson for me is to work through my fear and to be a strong, independent woman that I should be. My dad is a Taurus. Exactly. Dina, my mom controlled my every move out of fear of me doing what she did in the past. Siobhan, my relationship with my mom taught me how important trust is. She got mad and yelled about me losing my virginity. Oh, Lord. Yeah, trust is really, really important. And when a mother or a parent obeys, your trust or disobeys your trust, I guess, that can hurt. By the way, for those of you who want a live reading while I'm here, I am doing live reading. So if you want to send a PayPal donation or a super chat, you can check out the description box or the chat. The link to the PayPal is posted now. And you can also send a super chat. Dina, my mom doesn't know this, but she taught me how to forgive people and accept them for who they are, that you can't change people. They are who they are, whether you agree, feel comfortable or not. That is a lesson I had to learn. My mother didn't teach me that lesson, but I learned that lesson nonetheless recently. You really cannot change people. And we need to do a live about that. There are a lot of lives we need to do. After she promised she wouldn't say anything. Yeah. And that's hurtful when you can't even go to your mother, about personal things like that, You have to, watch what you say, sometimes to your family too, to your mother. Because they will run and tell it. I have a Gemini mother, so I know. I know. So Wanda, my mother and biological father were Venus ruled sun signs. My mom Libra, dad a Taurus, and my other dad was a Leo. Both of my dads had their own personal faults, but they are still good men. Adrian says Leos and Cancers are the mothers of the zodiac. I agree. Nathaniel, both of my parents are water signs in Cancer and Scorpio, hence why I may have a Leo moon, because they are very protective, especially my dad, who is a Scorpio. And with my Leo moon, I get a lot of attention. Exactly. Well, what do you mean, Siobhan? Natasha, my mother taught me also that you can't change people, but most importantly, that your parents are people too and are capable of hurting you like any other person, regardless of their title. Exactly. I had to learn that lesson too, Natasha. That our parents are people, our mothers are people, and they're not perfect. They're not superheroes, which was actually a hard lesson for me to learn as a Libra moon. But you're very, very right. Thank you, Aisha, for the $4.99 donation. Mom relationship reading request. She's a Virgo. What do you want to know about? What's your question, Aisha? Nathaniel, we need to do a live on siblings and how sometimes your siblings can be your biggest rivalry. Very, very true. We will do a live on that. Eddie, my parents are divorced. My dad's a Virgo, my mom's a Libra. Do you know what caused the divorce, astrologically speaking? No. Is there something with infidelity though? Possibly, Eddie? Without spilling too much tea? Hey, Star. Star, I actually have to do a reading for Star. And I knew I was going to get on here and be talking too long. I'm sorry, Star. I'm good, Star. How are you? I'm sorry that you're still waiting for your reading. Okay. I shouldn't be on here for too much longer. Dina, my mom's the type to show up ready to bust some kneecaps with a baseball. That's why I tell her nothing. Yeah. And that's opposite for me. That's like my aunt. And like my dad's side of the family. My mom is not that person at all. But even with those types of parents, you have to be careful. I'll do a bath. Take your time. Yes. Yes, you actually know what I heard today, Star, that eucalyptus is really good in the bath for cleansing and ridding of negative energy. So I've been actually boiling eucalyptus on my stove, and it makes the house smell so good, and it's so relaxing in here. And I'm also drinking it in my mullein tea. So eucalyptus, you guys, yes, right? Eucalyptus, for all my herbalists out there, protects you from negative energies. So you can drink it, you can boil it on the stove. Casey says eucalyptus smells good. I know, right? And it's so relaxing too. Star says, how you like mullein? I like it a lot. It's calming me down. And there are no worries. Like, I feel good. I also feel like it's purging my body of toxins in some way. It does open up your sinuses, Casey. And did you guys know it also keeps bugs away? Okay. Zuri says, my mom never really forced anything out of me or probes into my business. She lets me come to her when I am personally ready to open up about what's happening in my life. Yes. Aisha. Okay, Aisha, what's your question about you and your mother? Or do you just want a general reading? Bree, what does it mean to have duplicated intercepted signs in your chart? You mean conjunctions? Maybe we should talk about food one day. We should. Casey says you needed it last night with Mr. Cricket Child. I'm telling you, I am telling you, that cricket was a fool and had me acting a fool. Aisha, I'm distant attached from my biological mom. Even after meeting her at 16, I struggle if I should initiate a relationship or just let things be. And how does she feel about me? Siobhan, my grandmother hated me too. I'm a Capricorn like her mom was, and they had a bad relationship. I know, right? All these ideas. We have a lot to talk about. Essential oils are life, and it makes me happy because I'm not using that pesticide that smells horrible. Tawanda, I sent a PayPal payment with my info in question for a birthday reading. Oh, okay. Yes. Thank you for the $15 donation to my PayPal, Tawanda. So you will be after Aisha. So let's answer Aisha's question. So Dina, off to bed. Bye all. Love you all. Thank you for the prayer, Lamarr. You're welcome, Dina. Good night and good luck to Dina tomorrow with your job interview. So let's see. Should Aisha initiate a relationship with her biological mother or let things be? And how does Aisha's biological mother feel about Aisha? Should Aisha initiate a relationship with her biological mother or let things be? And how does Aisha's mother feel about Aisha? Eddie, does our Venus sign affect our relationship with our parents as well? It can, but not really. It does, yeah, Siobhan. It can, but the main placements are the Moon and Saturn. But Venus can definitely, be affected on more of a complex level. Like the love language that you saw playing out between your mother and father can affect your choices in love as you grow up, if that makes sense. The aspects. Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay, so if you have like your moon or your Saturn aspected to your Venus, that can definitely affect your relationship to your parents. You're right. I forgot about that, Siobhan. See, this is why we need Siobhan in here, because Siobhan is always keeping us on track and catching the tea that everyone else spills and doesn't pay attention to. Siobhan is like, oop, you dropped a little bit. You spilled a little bit. All right, so should Aisha initiate a relationship with her biological mother, or should she let it be? And how does her biological mother feel about her? So, yes, Siobhan. Here we have the King of Coins in the past. Interesting. With the Ace of Wands. So this is initiating energy. All right. This is interesting. But this is Eight of Cups, which is about disappointment. So let's see what else we have coming up. The Chariot. Do you guys live separate? Do you guys live far from one another? Like, do you have to travel to see her, Aisha? Lamarr, your logo for this live is amazing. You have such good taste and creativity. Thank you. What's the logo? And what logo? Oh my god. Oh, you mean my YouTube channel art. Aisha, do you and your mom live far from one another? So here's what I'm getting. I feel like you should initiate a relationship with your biological mother, but there's something about not having high expectations. Because for some reason, I don't know, what's the relationship with your biological dad? What's her relationship to your biological dad? I feel like she may be one of those mothers who may associate the child with the father or the relationship that she had or didn't have with the father, whether it be good or bad. Not really about 30 minutes. But there's something about you where it's kind of like, well, at least I can say I tried. So I feel like as long as you're trying to have a relationship with her, you'll feel good. That's the crazy part. We are in the same state and still feel distant from her. Yeah. Um there's something about her where she's holding on to emotions from the past. Yeah, she might have some conflicts with the moon. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of sensing. There's something where she has some conflicts, some emotional conflicts with the past, specifically around the circumstances of her having you. All right. So I don't know if it was the best circumstance when she got pregnant. Like, was she really young? Was your biological father not as supportive? There's that kind of energy, or were her parents not that supportive? Because it's just something along the lines of she doesn't know how to have the best relationship. She left and never returned. She didn't care for my dad. Um, I'm closer to my dad than with her. He tries more than her. Yeah. I don't know. I get the energy that you should try to have, try to continue initiating, but don't have high expectations. Um, I feel like I'm the one always initiating and she's kind of selfish. Yeah, I get that energy. But it kind of goes back to the topic of this video about how we can't, expect to get the emotional support that we need from our parents sometimes. And we just kind of have to accept them for who they are and how they show up. All right. And kind of set up boundaries to show them how we want to be treated in the relationship. So, I don't know. I wouldn't completely cut yourself off from her, but I would just maybe keep initiating, but set up boundaries and don't have high expectations because I don't see her changing. Yes, she was 18, and my dad. Exactly. It's all about your own personal soul journey. My dad wasn't the best to her, so I can understand why she left him. Yeah. And understand that, it's not about you, it's about her and the pain that she associates with you, which sounds weird, but once again, it's her pain, it's that she's holding on to, it's her problem. But as long as you are always initiating, as long as you are always, kind of putting your best foot forward, because you want, a good relationship with your biological mom, at least you can always say, I tried. So that's what I feel. Otherwise, I feel like if you were to completely go cold on her, you would eventually feel bad. Like, oh, I can't believe I stopped talking to her. So, oh, let me go check on my boiling eucalyptus leaves, you guys. I'll be right back. Do you feel good about that, Aisha? By the way, for those of you who want your own personal reading, you can send a super chat or you can send a PayPal donation. Next, we have Tawanda with a birth chart overview reading. Okay, so. Oh, BRB, damn it. I didn't mean to do that. But let me see really quickly. Oh, it's charged. Cool. That is tough. Oh, so your life path 4. Okay. So I'm going to run to the potty room really quickly to pee, and we're going to do Tawanda's birth chart reading, and then we will continue the chat for a little while longer, okay? So I'll be RB. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Hola. Okay, so now we are going to do Soul Urge. What's Soul Urge? Good night, Zuri. Hola, Nathaniel. Okay, so let's do Tawanda's birth chart. Okay, so we're going to use Cafe Astrology. And we're doing Tawanda. And Tawanda was born June 22nd. June. By the way, Tawanda sent a donation to my PayPal, so we're doing her birth chart overview reading. June 22nd at 19. June 22nd, 19. 11. 11. 50, in Colombia. Yes. So let's make sure all the information is correct. 622. 11. Okay, so let's press OK and let's look at this is Tawanda's birth chart. So we have Tawanda's birth chart pulled up. So Tawanda, wherever you are a sun in Cancer. Let's first of all see what insight you want. Can you look over my chart and give me some insight, please? So you're a sun in Cancer, moon in Gemini, and your rising sign is in Aquarius, which means you are partially a homebody, but you actually don't like being too bored or too complacent for too long. You like your freedom. You like your ability to get up and go as you please. All right. And when it comes to being in relationships, that can sometimes be an issue. All right. Especially when it comes to the aspect of you wanting to get up and go as you please, right? Which speaks of your moon in Gemini, rising sign in Cancer. Now you also have 5th house in Cancer and your 7th house is in Leo. So you're someone who also needs attention in relationships. Yes, Tawanda. But you also want a family. You want a family, and that is part of your life purpose, is to build a family, is to also, create a home for yourself. Do you have children currently, Tawanda? Now, your moon is in Gemini, so let's talk about family, speaking of family and the relationship to the mother. You have moon in Gemini, and your 4th house is also in Gemini. So when it relates to the relationship with your mother, it can be a bit contradictory. Your mother may have been someone who may have been, do as I say, not as I do type of person. There may have been a lot of contradictions in terms of your mother or how your mother parented, but at the same time, your mother was very loving. Now, when it comes to your mother's siblings, your aunts and uncles, they may have played a motherly role with you, specifically the aunts, maybe some of the uncles as well. Your mother and their siblings may have been very close, all right? So your aunts and uncles may have had a prominent role in your life. Therefore, your cousins may have also had a prominent role in your life because, the moon does relate to the family, not just specifically the mother, right? So when it also comes to your mother, you are someone who, do you have siblings? That's correct about my mom and family. Yes. When it comes to your mother may have played favorites with you and your siblings. All right. Tawanda Vance, do you have an adopted family or people you call family, not blood related? Yes. Now, Tawanda, you also have your Venus in Gemini. Oh, you have two sisters. So when it comes to sibling energy, there may have been a little bit of fighting for attention, fighting for who's the best, who's the most this or that, and for the most part, it would have been very playful. But as you grow up, if those, habits don't get broken, remember, generational patterns don't get broken, it can turn into a sibling rivalry as you grow up with all this Gemini energy. And you also have Venus and Gemini, all right? So you value a mental connection in your relationships. Like you need to feel mentally stimulated, especially with your love relationships. I do have people that I consider family. Yes. I think that relates to all this Gemini energy, but it also can relate to your Aquarius rising. The desire or need or habit of, creating family outside of your actual blood family. When it comes to Venus and Gemini as well, it may be hard for you to commit. All right. Like Venus and Gemini people are not ones who commit easily. All right. You need freedom. You need fun in your, yes, Aquarius, Siobhan. You need freedom and fun in your relationships. Now, you also have Saturn in Virgo, so in midheaven in Sagittarius. So your mother or your father may have been a bit more lenient than your mother with certain things. With your mother, there may have been a lot of mental games as well, like mind playing kind of things, mind tricks, mind control kind of thing. But your father may have been someone who kind of let you do your own thing, but still had elements of controlling you. How you haven't met anyone you can completely connect with. Exactly. That's that Venus and Gemini energy. But at the same time, you may have a lot of people that you're interested in, You have Lilith and Leo, so you may have a tendency to be an attention seeker in certain cases when you don't get your way specifically. All right. And you also have North Node in Virgo, which means your South Node is in Pisces. So it's possible in a past life, because we talked about past life recently in one of our lives, that you were very free-spirited, loose in certain ways. But in this life, you're meant to learn structure. You're meant to learn discipline. All right. Mother and father dynamic did go that way. Exactly. So it seems that part of your life purpose is to create a family, but to create structure for family, to create the structure that you specifically didn't have with family. All right, that's very, very important for you because you have a lot of Cancer energy. Your Mercury is also in Cancer, so you may be someone who is very emotional, but you may sometimes, your mind, your thoughts may sometimes be clouded by your emotions. All right. Which is interesting because it's kind of flipped. You have Moon in Gemini, Mercury in Cancer there. So that's really, really interesting. And you have Mars in Taurus. So you can be a bit stubborn, all right? For example, maybe thinking that the guy should make the first move, but, maybe realistically that guy was really shy. And if you had made the first move, you guys would have totally been together. But because you're sticking to that stubborn ideal of, how love should be, sometimes you can miss your blessings. So sometimes Mars and Taurus is about opening up a bit more and being more open-minded. But you have Jupiter in Leo, so as well. So, and your 7th house is in Leo too. So that's interesting. Now you do have Moon square your Saturn. So this also speaks of sometimes your mother and your father coming into conflict when it came to parenting you. All right. You also have Moon opposition Neptune, so the relationship with your mother may have sometimes warrant wear and tear on you, especially when it came to your own solitude, your own soul growth, and figuring yourself out. Your mom may have kind of stunted, or maybe you felt like growing up, your mom stunted your growth in certain ways. So, do you feel good about that, Tawanda? Yes, you have a lot of conflicting energy, Tawanda, but it's all good. By the way, if you guys want a full birth chart reading, you can contact me on my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. I won't be on here for much longer. So for those of you who want to get those last minute readings in, send a PayPal super chat or a PayPal or a super chat. Aisha, Lamarr should have a meetup one day so all his followers can visit. I would love that. I would love, love, love that. I think it's going to happen because I think I'm going to, when I get the money, when I start really making money, I want to start buying property and investing in property. Like, I want to start investing my money so that I don't have to work so hard. Like, that's the kind of person I want to be. So, I have a couple ideas in mind of, how we could eventually meet up, but it'll happen one day. We will meet. Tawanda, yes, Lamarr, that was a great interpretation. You're welcome. Just throwing that out there into existence. It will happen. We will all meet and we will all kiki and we will all have a good time. Siobhan, Tawanda Vance, you can adopt people away from home with that energy. Exactly, Tawanda. I think that would be really, really good for you, Tawanda. Like having a work family, and then the family that you invite over after work, like those people. So yeah, we all need that in our life. Sometimes, as we've talked about, family isn't always blood, and that's a tough lesson to learn a lot of times. Through life, we really learn. Thank you, Siobhan. Great reading. Through life, we learn exactly who our family truly is. It's always a great reading. Yes, Nathaniel. I agree. All right. Well, if no one has any more questions, you guys know I love you guys. And I enjoyed this live. We had a good chat, y'all. I really, really enjoyed this chat. And I hope you enjoyed this chat as much as I enjoyed chatting, all right, with you guys. Yes, it is going to happen, Aisha. So I thank you guys for joining me on this live. And we will have another live tomorrow, hopefully earlier. All right. But I hope you guys enjoyed this chat about the mother and the family. All right. And I hope it either will facilitate some healing or, helped some of us heal. All right. Because sometimes family and our mother specifically can be points of necessary healing. Nick, you can either send a super chat or a PayPal donation, but I'm about to get off. So for those of you who want a reading, check out my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com, okay, for a personal reading. I am available. All right, you guys have a good night. It was so much fun, Siobhan. I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next live, okay? Check out the horoscopes. I've done the horoscopes for the rest of the year. I've done November, December, okay? So, and soon we'll be rolling out January, February, and all those great things. So I love you guys. Catch you guys in the next live. Remember, I am available for personal reading. So if you want your own reading, check out the description box or just check out my website, Lamarr, Lamarr, townsendtarot.com. Good night, Bree. Good night, guys. And you guys have a great Monday, okay? And we'll chat tomorrow, okay? Love and light. God bless. And the angels protect.